complete. It's 4:20, and today we will not have an intro because Sebastian forgot to make an intro. But we're here. We want to see your garden. I am super stoked about this one. 100% sure. And I have to be a little bit careful. I see something is up with my internet. I hope hit in the chat if everything is working right now. We are live right now on YouTube, and not only on the English one, but also on the German one. And why are we on the German one as well? Because I want to offer the German community the possibility to actually chat with them, each other in German. Yes, I think I have to turn this off. I think now it should be a hell lot better, right? I had some issues, with my Wi-Fi. I don't know what happened. For some reason, Starlink is getting worse and worse and worse. Almost as bad as Instagram. Because I'm deleted from Instagram. And if you guys want to join, we will have a little something and just put in 420 in the chat right now. And you only have to do it once and that's it. Norma G in the house. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Maybe Norma G, I know you are always the biggest help with everybody. If I introduce somebody, you can put in their Instagram or the X, because I am not on Instagram any longer. They don't want me there anymore. And so I am on X for now. And if you want to come and see me on my X, is 420. Yes, it is 420. As you can see, is not it is. That already belongs to somebody else, but is 420 somewhere. Come to over to X and please join me there. I think I have about 420 followers right now. Let's check. Exactly 420 followers. Yay! All right, but it's not just about me today. Of course, you can put your questions in there in the chat. I will try to highlight them, but I am alone right now, so I'm not sure if it will be if I will see them all, but I won't be alone here on screen. No, I will have, for example, this young man, Chaps.
What up? How we doing, brother?
I'm well. The whole day was a little bit like, I don't know, I feel like a bit funny. I don't know what's going on with me. Yeah, but yeah, now that I'm here, I feel amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. What about you, man?
Same, brother, same. Just been busy, you know. We got the outdoor season coming up, so I'm hanging out in the greenhouse. Got a new run coming up, so I figured, you know, I got a little bit of time before I put my outdoors out. So I brought the autos that were in the tent inside out so they could finish. They got about a week or two left. Get some natural sun. We're having some beautiful weather, so enjoying it, brother.
Yeah, I was just about to say, something is different. Like, this is a different kind of grow we're seeing. So I've seen this greenhouse / tunnel before, last year and the year before, I'm pretty sure. So can you tell us a little bit about your grow? Because today we want everyone to show their grow.
Yeah, you know, I love the outdoor season. I just use a 10 by 20 greenhouse. I actually order it off of Amazon, you know, because it's going to get beat up after about 2 years. So I replace them about every 2 years, you know, so I don't want to break the bank buying one. But, you know, I definitely recommend putting in 2x4s to kind of support it, especially if you have high winds and snow. Sometimes when it gets close to harvest time, we get those early snowstorms. So you got to protect it. But no, I keep it very simple. I run some oscillating fans, 5-gallon pots. This year I plan on running all the feminized strains from Fast Buds, and I'm super excited about it.
You look excited, and you're probably excited that it's already set up, right? Because I think it was a little bit of work. Not too bad, though, no?
No, I mean, it's always a little bit of work, especially, you know, when you're trying to cover it with the canopy, you know, in any kind of wind, it's like you're flying a kite. So you got to hang on tight. But no, I mean, we've had about a week of some beautiful weather where it's, you know, anywhere from 75 to 85 in the days. So I was like, you know what? Instead of running the electricity, let's let these girls finish outside, get some of that natural sunlight, really bring out those terpene profiles.
Yeah, amazing. And also you'll save time. Like I know exactly that feeling. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, this run is like coming towards an end. They're all doing well. Like let them finish outside and I can already start my next run.
I've already germinated the seeds last night. I scrubbed down the tent and cleaned everything, wiped down everything. That's what I'd recommend to every grower is make sure anytime between grows and even during grows, make sure it's always cleanliness close to godliness. You got to keep it clean.
Yeah, of course. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Like, and I will show. I had the stream on actually on the behind me is my desktop, and up there I uploaded a video of my grow beforehand because I always run into these issues. Once I want to go with my phone at the same time as with my computer, like suddenly everything gets blurry. So I was like, no, Sebastian, this time you're smarter. This time you won't do that. You will pre-record that. But then I have it now on the desktop and I have to run it over there. It's like the same. Yeah, it's a little bit idiocracy, but whatever. We're learning little by little by little.
Oh yeah, 100%, brother. Organized chaos. That's why this one usually I'd wait until I don't put my plants out for outdoor where I'm at. Until basically the beginning of June. I start them indoor right around the beginning of May, and I'll let them veg in the solo cups for 4 or 5 weeks, and then put them outside. And generally, you're good at that time. Anytime before, I've learned my lesson. It's just a little too soon.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm debating right now. But with me at nighttime, it still gets a little bit too cold for me. But as I said, like I have a few mommies here, and not all of them are keepers. So I just still have them. And I was thinking to put some of them out because they were fire, but they were like not that I'm saying like I need to keep these, right? Like maybe these strains I rather pop another bean off them to just see what I'm at. So I'm not 100% sure which one goes out, and probably I'm gonna anyway. Like I'm redoing this whole thing. I'll talk about it in a minute, and then some of them go outside. But I know exactly what you mean. It's like always like, you don't want to mess with them and put them out when it's getting too cold.
100%. That's why I wanted to put them out last week. And it's sitting there like, come on, dude. Like you said, it's do I do it? Do I not? But generally these are the auto flowers, and anything fast buds is very resilient from my experience. I love doing cold temperature manipulation. So with my night temperatures not getting below 55 now, I feel pretty safe and confident that all I'm going to do is bring out those terps in purple and colors. You know what I mean? It's real cool.
Nice. And what are you running currently? What do you still have in there? And
we got some sour jealousy right behind me. We got some pound cake. We got some Kamala OG. We got a couple papaya cookies, a frost banger. Let's see. We got some orange presidents back here. And there's one more banana purple punch that's just not wanting to finish on me. So I figure about another week with her.
That's funny. And what's coming up next, man? Let me know. I really want to know.
I just started. I'm going to run 4 strains this run. I'm going to run the Z-Up, Frost Banger, Apricot, and some Orange Sherbet. I've grown them all before. I'd have to say most of them are in my top 10 favorites just for terp profile and just all around easy growing, high yielding, the amazing fast bud strains. But these 4 in particular, that Frost Banger is no joke. I did it as a tester, and it was by far, we've said it before, probably almost twice as frosty as anything that was in the tin at the time. So I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? The apricot's always got a great terp profile for me. Love the fruits. So I'm excited. The Z-Up, can't go wrong. It just won. So it's one of those, like, especially that terp profile you had in that pheno. I'm telling you, it tastes exactly like 7-Up or Sprite, like you just took a drink of it. It's just 100%. Wild.
And you can't believe how much different a 7-Up taste is from that purple lemonade taste. Like, it's not just lemon, it's lime, and it's this like sweetness, it's this candiness, which has this like soda taste too. It's just a bit different, and it's just, yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head. It's definitely different, but yet, you know what I mean? Like I said, I keep finding myself going back for more, so I'm excited to grow it again.
100%. I'm definitely growing her too. And before we get somebody else, and I'm super excited about getting in here for the first time. I will run the Z-Up. I will run the Frostbangers, something I usually don't do. Usually, I just won with them. I don't have to run them. No, those two, I just have to rerun them. And then, yeah, let's talk maybe next week about what other auto I'm going to run. I can't say anything, but it's going to be super. It's going to be so super. You can't even imagine, you know? I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know, exciting times. Feel like a kid on Christmas.
Yes, somebody is saying Seattle in the house. Seattle not only in the house, Seattle also backstage already waiting. But before I get Seattle in the house, we're going to get the one and only, the person who makes the best photos and grows the fire. Finally, I get him here, Slurpy Turpy!
Yo! Happy 420, everybody. What's going on?
Yeah, you're having a PAX, man. I love that. I love that so much. Now I love you even more.
Purple lemonade, man. Purple lemonade up in here. Have to have it.
Nice. What are you holding there, man?
Oh, this is one of the tester babies right here. I got the 2025 01. This one is just, she is so happy. Just take a look at these nuggets. Take a look at the colas.
Beautiful.
So frosty, so fruity. I swear I had a hint of cheese in here. Makes me very excited.
Slight
This one-
creaminess. Slight
What's that?
creaminess. I said slight creaminess, almost like soursop.
That's what I'm talking about right there, man. She is the all-in-one. Beautiful colas right here, little low-stress training happening, so she's really happy.
Great. That's
That's a beauty.
fantastic.
And you guys got some beautiful grows in the back there, man. Oh my gosh.
What else are you growing right now? Do you have anything else? We have our testers, and you did grow just all those photoperiodic ones, and I think you were pretty in love with those ones, right?
Oh man, the gorilla melon, the papaya sherb, all of them, the mandarin lemonade, or whatever, the mandarin lemon, that was amazing. All of them just produced huge, chunky, fat nugs that I could almost not even handle. Had to tie them up all the time, but it was such a fun grow, super resilient, tasty buds. I have some gorilla melon in my 420 jar here somewhere. I'm about to roll up a nice cone, get all toasted up. Yeah, they've been some of my favorites. I started off with photo period, so being able to go back to what I started with fast buds, it's been amazing. One of the best grows I've had so far.
Yeah, I mean, I was very, very impressed. Not only, obviously, I didn't get to taste them or anything because you're like, I don't know how far away.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime, man. Come hang out.
Not the next trip. The next trip will be just a quick stopover in Chicago and then over to the American Autoflower Cup. But the next time I'm coming, I really want to plan something that I really visit more growers, because it's really, yeah, it's amazing. It's just fun to see other people's grows, and it's also fun for the people to see them when we're actually there in person and we can take the time and look at the plant and talk about the setup and so on.
Oh, and when you catch them in flowering, it's like it's the best of both worlds. The terpene profile, the shape of the nugs, how they're all coming out. It's just the smells. It's 100% my favorite part of the grow. It's the best.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So I just loaded this. Sorry, I was distracted. Sometimes these beautiful jars just distract me, and you'll see me dabbling in them. And here's the last little bits of that jar. That jar was so full that it was overflowing for Spanibus, and now it's coming at the end. I think it was about 5G. And now I'm going to have a tiny little dip of papaya cookies, dry sift rosin, made by this young gentleman.
My man. Right
Enjoy,
there.
brother. Enjoy.
Come on.
That's what I mean. I'm smoking on some papaya cookies right here with some of that papaya cookies that took Germany. I had the last little bit, so I figured, you know what, let's celebrate while we're enjoying ourselves during the live. Hope the community's doing amazing, getting some beautiful weather coming up.
Amen.
Absolutely cool. So let's get one person more in here, because I think 4 people fit easily on the screen, and that is the one and only 420 Things. Mikey, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Doing good, brother. Doing good.
Now better.
Cheers.
Oh, I
Happy
love that.
420.
Where did you get that? In Las Vegas?
I think I did.
Uh,
How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. And since the last time I was on here, I know I didn't have any fast bud stuff going on, and now I do. I've decided to try the bud cups, the 16-ounce cups in my little 4x4 tray in my 5x5 tent with 24 plants. Now I'm trying them with seeds. So I have 8 seeds going on.
All
Hmm.
right. Yeah.
Tell you what you do with those bud cups is just incredible. I'm telling you, next level. Because I tried the solo cup challenge and got my butt whipped. So just to do it in those things, hats off to you. Much respect, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, it's been fun. And you know what? Listen, relatively easy if you have a watering system that's decently, consistent and you can just do it. And maybe mine's not so consistent on the last few at the farthest point away, but I run it for 12 minutes instead of 10, and then everything gets overwatered a little bit and everything. So it's like I'm learning, man. Like this is the first time I did it last run. So
Wow.
I'm really moving and shaking, and I'm this run I'm doing with the seed. I've learned a few things, and I won't do that mistake again. I won't do this mistake again. So it's like that's the fun part of growing for me is trying stuff new and trying that different. I mean, it's nice to be consistent, sure, but how do you know you're going to do the best thing you can do without trying the next thing? Because I mean, I've done
100%.
deep water culture, RDWC, I've done soil, I've done man, and you know what, cocoa and bud cups. It's been fun.
I think that's why we're here in this stream, like because we are not people who do run things just, oh, now I have the perfect system and I have my perfect cut and this is just what I'm gonna do. No, we want to play around, we do fun things, we just want to be, and I think that is also which drives us to these chats and these community, and I think that's what we have, a lot of us have in common, because I don't know very many people who say like, oh yeah, I've been running this one cut of my purple lemonade FF for 5 generations now because I don't want to run anything else ever again.
How could you? How could you? You always have to try everything that's coming out, man. Have fun with it. That's the most important part.
100%, 100%. By the way, cool, shout out to Bernie. Bernie, our man for Germany. Schön, dass du da bist, Bernie. Really cool guy. You can see him in our videos about the breeding facilities. He's coming with me to a lot of things lately and in the future. I'm very excited for that. Do you want to take a look at your thing, Mikey?
Sure, if you guys want to check it out, I have. If you want to bring it up, it should still be tagged as. Yeah, here we go. So I have a lot of the flash flowers and the non-autos, right? So these are all the bud cups, and I just did a little quick thing. These have been going for quite some time, but I got to do. You can see some of them are a little bit off, a little bit. It's because they're up against another plant, right? Because I have a lot of them in a spot. But what I'm going to end up doing is taking off that bottom layer and some of these bigger leaves and then letting up some of the smaller tops, and then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to flip it and go right ahead, right, so that it's not crazy, because if I were to leave them this size, they'd be so big by the end, right? So
Oh my.
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh
Beautiful.
my. What? Come
Did you
on.
Telling you, just
And
picture perfect.
That is
yeah,
beautiful.
man. Out of all the seeds I started, so I have another 18 different cultivars in my tent because I've done it like it's each one is there. Like I'm doing everyone different. So this one's a little taller and that one's a little shorter, and this is my first attempt because you guys know, and I don't know if everybody knows, I usually have a lot of rosin kicking around, right? So I have enough in my freezer now that I can start playing and learning even more. So I wanted to try. So you see, this one's a little bit shorter and stockier, and I like the oh, my camera was messed up there. I can't believe I let that in. But anyways, so I'm seeing all these different things. And I go, I like that, and I like that, and I'm gonna take cuts and move forward with probably the stuff that I find is decent for my back. And this is so cool that I can do so many different cultivars in one little small spot. Like usually I'm doing 4 in 5-gallon buckets, and I got 4 different plants. Well, now I have 24. So and they will be smaller, and I'll have a smaller amount to try. But that's the beauty of clones, right? So Eh,
But this is the amazing. So let's run this through really quick because the chat is obviously asking. Somebody said dope as fuck. The other such a tiny cup. Explain really quick the setup. So you have these bud cups. That's correct, right?
Yep. Some bud cups, some solo cups. I don't have enough bud cups, but regardless, 16 ounce. It's full of cocoa. This cocoa is just straight cocoa, and it's a cocoa that only gets 60% water holding capacity, and that so it'll only ever be that wet. So I have drippers, like a one line into each cup, and then I have like a 3/4 horsepower like sump pump that goes into a tube system around, and then each one has like a 0.5 gallon emitter onto each one. So it's like there's lots of pressure, but it's only coming out a little bit. So I water several times a day with that system. I just have it on a smart plug and it comes on, X amount of hours, every 3-4 hours. It comes on and waters for 10 minutes, gets about 20% runoff of the cocoa. So it washes out the old salts. And then everything's automated, man. Like it is a lot less work, even though there's a lot of plants. It seems to be a lot less work. So again, and the ability to do so many, right, at once.
I'm mind blown. Mind blown.
That's cool.
Wow.
And the thing is the following. So what do you have in the reservoir? That's the other question because I'm trying to process everything. What are you feeding them?
So I have a 25-gallon garbage can that I've converted into a reservoir, and I have really bad well water here, so I have to reverse osmosis it, and I do that, and I put it into another 25-gallon jug. So then I mix 25 gallons at a time, and I'm using the Floraflex nutrients. So they're a water soluble powder that you weigh out per gram per gallon, and then it's very simple. It's a 2-part in veg. That's it. I've got CalMag with iron because I have an iron filter in my water, so I take the iron out, so I got to put it back in, but I'd have way too much, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the weird ones. Check this one out. So this wedding cheesecake, let me just go back here a second. So if you see right here,
split.
See how it kind of topped itself. This was one of the weird ones. And listen, out of 24 seeds, I got 2 weird plants.
Nice.
To me, that's an acceptable amount. So I'm not really worried about this. But what it did was the main top, it didn't have an actual top. It only had 2 leaves. But the shoots that came out from underneath it, look at how dense these things are, man. They're crazy. So it really is extremely short and stocky, but because I have the ability to do so many, I'm gonna go with it. Look at how crazy.
Are you gonna raise them somehow if they get if one stacks, or you just leave them fight for it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it fight because I have so many different ones. It just becomes too much of a pain, right? And again, that's where I tried it with the other one. I go, nope, not doing it. It's just too much. So, but again, it looked funky. Now it's looking healthy as hell. I just got to cut up some of the, get some airflow in here and maybe get a little bit better thing. But I'm gonna keep going with it, see what it does. So that's it. That's the whole. I have 4 fast flowers and 4 regular feminized seeds from you guys. So
nice, amazing. I can't wait to see what you're coming up with. And as I said, the fun part is, are you going to take cups from each of them just so you have them? And
yeah, and not only that, this is my first attempt at breeding. I've never done breeding before. So I have a gentleman from the community who just is a guy that I've talked to for a long time, Crimson. He does Dead by Dawn. He did a strain that he's done. He's on like generation 3 or 4. And I have some regular seeds from him, and I'm going to cross his stuff with everything in the tent. So I'm then going to be able to go through and go, hey, this is kind of cool. But what my thoughts are, and I hope I'm not mistaken by this, is that when I get the seeds, I'll be able to take out the seeds, and then all the flower that's left and all the trichomes that are left, I'll just press the flower, and then I'll know, oh, okay, that one's good, and then I'll be able to move forward with it. So then I'll have the cut that I'm going to take in the middle of, I'm going to take it probably in the next week or so when everything starts stretching. I'll take these little cuts and I'll get them going. So yeah, man, it's super exciting to try something new that I don't even know the half of it. So I'm learning.
What's that nugget, Slurpee?
Right here, man. This is that Gorilla Melon. One of my favorites. This is one of that top colas. So chunky.
It's 2 of our best keepers. Of course it's amazing.
Oh, I had to save a good amount for my head stash, man. Like I give it away to my family, friends, but I was like, I'm keeping this. I love how creamy with that original Gorilla taste. It's just best of both worlds. You can't get better than it. Delicious, very heavy hitting, good night, and with the munchies.
Nice, absolutely amazing. Yeah, Chubbs with that baller background. Yes, for sure. Like Chubbs, great work with that greenhouse. Really cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you. You know, look forward to it. Come, like I said, I'm going to be running that Gorilla Melon here in the next month. I'm going to start my germination. It's still a little early. I got to jump on building a greenhouse, trying to get ahead of things, you know, before, because, you know, when it gets time, it stacks up the amount of work that goes into these.
100%, 100%. I can't agree more, and I know this, and that's what I was saying. Like, I did take a little video, and I might have to wait till the very, very, very end to show you guys, because I will have to remove myself off here, and just play the video from the different computer, because everything is crazy in my life. I'm nuts. If you guys didn't notice yet, I'm absolutely nuts, and so is my life right now. Oh, sorry.
You've been dying to say hello. Come on, Bub.
Yeah, come on.
There we go.
There's my son. Let's say what's up.
Hey, Bob.
Hey,
And
big
this
guy.
is my son.
There's my little helper. He hops in the tent all the time, helps me plant stuff, trim, all that stuff. So
Nice.
he was dying to say hello.
Hi, Bob. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Here, buddy. Come on, I'll let you say
Come
hello.
hang anytime.
Cosmo.
Look at the eyes on that thing.
Cosmo. He's a new guy.
Who's that? Who's that, Sebastian?
That's Cosmo. He's the new guy.
Cosmo, what's up,
Cosmo.
dude? Happy 420, man.
Yeah, it's always 420.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye. I was sleeping. No, don't hit that. Don't hit on that mouse pad. You'll close the window and everything is gone. People will be mad. Sorry for waking you up, buddy.
You know what's in here? It's purple lemonade. Has to happen. That purple lemonade. Yeah. Chunky. Ooh, just.
Hey, Norma G, could you do me the favor and put bud cups in the Instagram or something of them? So, or somebody put it in. I would like to feature it here for a second, and I just don't have the possibility. Guys, don't forget to put in here that this stuff 420.
Yeah. Remember to hit that like and submit.
Wait, what's the hat?
I like that purple lemonade. You know, the terp profile on it's just absolutely just. I'm telling you.
Like I said, I have to have this in every single tent. I have to have it. It's literally my favorite, and I can't not smoke it every single day.
Yeah, it is one of those ones where you can just smoke every day. You know, I probably ran it, I want to say 4 or 5 times, and every time, like you say, it just seems like it gets just better and better, and you're like, I don't know how it does it, but it does.
It makes 0 sense, but I'm not complaining. I have to love it every single time, and the bud structure, the plant structure, I want them to be in my bedroom with me.
Yeah, I've been that way with the guava. You know, the guava for me, I'm not a big guava fruit fan, but that strain, I tell you, checks every box for me. Just absolutely phenomenal.
So I grew that as a tester. I had no idea. And when I had grown it, I'm like, this tangy, fruity, scenty, like sour plant, I smoked it, and it put me to sleep every single time. I had to stop smoking it. But then when it released, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
The rosin it produces just, I mean, I'm talking mouth-watering.
Is it insane?
Yeah,
I gotta get on that.
You know, it's been cold curing, and it takes every bit of me, you know, not to go in there and just see how it tastes, you know, because it's been curing for like 6 months in the fridge.
Oh no. You just have to taste it. You have to.
I got it in a vacuum sealed bag, you know. I opened it up about 2 weeks ago to give it a good whip, you know, and just the smell on it, I mean, just hits you right in the face. And the consistency, like I said, just even the dry sift, because I like to dry sift it too. And everything about that strain is just one of those to where it's like, wow.
And talk about, you know, like a rainbow strain too, like every single color, like nice dark green hues with red hairs. Ooh.
Yeah, almost looks like a bag of Skittles, you know, as far as the nugs go. You just get that whole spectrum going.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Amen, man.
Chubbs,
and again,
I I want to ask one question to you. Somebody else is asking, how is Heather? Because I want to try to attend to the chat for a second. Heather is well. Heather is in Italy right now because tomorrow and on Sunday there will be the trade show in Italy called Indica Sativa. So if you happen to be in Italy, in Bologna, go check it out. And you get to meet Heather there tomorrow. And somebody was asking, how long does guava take? So how many did you grow of them so far? 30, 40, 50 of them? Chubbs, how long does that strain take?
That strain will be pretty much done in about 55 to 65 days. It's a quick one.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Every time, you know? And it's wild because there's a couple different phenos in it. You know, it's like Slurpee said, you know, you can get that just real colorful one, or you get the green one where it's just, you know, all completely green. Both have similar turf profiles, but that rainbow color one, I mean, is just next level.
I loved everything about it. It's just amazing. I can't wait to
I'd
grow.
say the pre-flower stretch on it is pretty cool to watch because the veg cycle's super fast. You know, you'll start seeing pre-flowers within 3 weeks, you know, and you're like, oh, shoot, you know, it's not the biggest plant. And then it starts stretching on you and you're like, okay, I take that back.
Yeah, it's scary growing it because you're like, it's flowering already. It's so small, but by the time she's done,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah. 100%. Same thing like with the papaya cookies.
About like how does the promos work? To be honest with you, I am not even sure 100% because I'm that far. I don't know that. Like so, like just write us an email or. Soon we will have more people also attending the comments. Sometimes it's really hard to really answer every single comment in the chat. I have to be honest. So we're trying our best. I'm trying my best too.
If anybody ever wants to reach out to me, you know, any grow related questions, fast buds, you know, I've grown every strain, like Sebastian said, some more than once, you know, multiple times, you know, you just go back to it. Never hesitate to reach out. I'm on IG at Chubscaz, you know, so feel free. I pretty much answer everything that I get to. So, you know, I'm no pro, but like I said, I've grown multiple, and usually you can fix an issue before it becomes a problem, you know. It's that simple.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So before we get the next one in, I don't usually like doing that too much, but I do need to point out, I was deleted from Instagram. I'm not coming back for a little while. There is no way of me coming back. I tried it 3 times and I got deleted within 3 weeks. I got deleted all 4 accounts. My main account with over 7,000.
Notice that.
I built one up within 1 day. Almost 1,000, and they took that, and then I slowed down. The next one they took back after a week with only 200-300, and then the last one I just called it Justice for Cannabis because I want to openly speak about that it's not okay to silence up. And I found a new home, but I don't know the people there, and I miss a lot of you people. Like, you know, Chubbs in there, Slurpee isn't there. Mikey, I just got to find Mikey at least. Yeah, Mikey is with me on the X one, but please follow me over there. It would really help because I really want to just reconnect. That's really what it is the most. I felt when they like took it from me, I'm like, shit. How am I going to contact Chubbs? Okay, let me ask somebody to contact him and then tell him he has to get WhatsApp now. There's no more way around this. That's our form of communication.
Man, so, I gotta say, I couldn't believe to see you not on there anymore, and it pulled on my heart. I'm like, where's my man? I'm like searching our chats, everything. I'm like, come on, no way, they got him, and then Chubbs disappeared. I'm like, what am I next? Like, come on.
You know, everyone was getting hit, and I was starting to feel left out. And then I got hit, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I was feeling good without being left out, you know, and what a pain in the ass it was. But like Sebastian said, you know, I grow medically first and foremost. So this plant right now is a life-saving miracle in my eyes. So share the knowledge, you know, to make everyone a better person.
100%. Amen, man. Amen. All right, Slurpee, thanks so much for showing us the grow. You seem to be cutting out, in and out. I let you hang with your boy. And next time, I hope we're going to schedule it that you have a 10 full of fast buds and you're going to take us there, okay? All right, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And always remember,
Photobombing, man. Photobombing.
And here we get the next one. Seattle Graham in the house. Oh, there's another beautiful doggy. Hey, man, sorry for taking you in without even saying hi.
How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, well, oh, well. How are you, man? How are you?
Good, good. Glad to be on here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for showing us your garden. That's what it's all about. We want to share, everybody. Who is that with you?
This is my dog, Lobo.
Oh, Lobo.
He's my helper.
Beautiful.
Is Lobo a Siberian Husky?
Yes, he is.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you. I saw
The dog,
yours.
big brother.
Beautiful dog, too.
Yeah. Ours is a Huscaranian. I call him a Huscaranian. He's a mix out of a Pomeranian and a Husky. We were so naive to think that thing will be small enough. Oh, Mikey's gone. Mikey, I'm gonna remove you from Straichen and get in Good Buddy Flowers as well. How you doing, brother? Another doggy.
Hey guys,
Good seeing
What's
you.
up? What's up?
sounds a little weird on my end. Am I cracking up?
For us, you sound amazing.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. On my end, it sounds like robots.
That
Let's take
just
a
means
look.
take another dab.
I know, right? I was waiting in the back, and I was already dipping into my jars.
I have some more here I need to try. Mikey, I gotta get you back in the end. Don't go away. Maybe we'll get it all together in a little bit. But now let's start looking at a few more gardens for sure. Let's take a look at Seattle Dam Grows. Wait 1 second. I'll make that solo out a layout. And Norma G probably already put it in, but can you put one more time Seattle Graham's Instagram in the chat? That would be awesome, man. It's also a bit mean of myself that Norma G, that I'm just telling him now that he has to help me out because I'm alone. Sorry, G, you are the best person. Thank you so much for everything. So Seattle, show us the stuff, or how shall I call you?
Seattle Dam Grows.
Okay, Seattle Grand Grows.
Yeah, so, I mean, here I have some Strawberry Gorilla.
Nice, I love that strain.
And these are all 45 days old, all of them.
Holy crap! 45 days!
Yeah, 45 days. What I do want to mention is that they are in these 2.5 gallon pots,
Yeah,
which are a little taller, but they're
okay.
not that big. And
Nice.
I thought they would stay smaller, but they're not doing bad on size.
Oh, no. When you keep them in that pot and it's healthy and everything, you'll just kind of shorten their life cycle for like 2 weeks or something like that, you know? That's great.
Okay.
That's a great idea. So you'll probably, over the whole year calculated, you probably even grow more in weight.
So I got some Gorilla Z back here.
Nice.
And Banana Purple Punch.
Ooh, yeah, that's banana
Beautiful.
punch.
Yeah, I love the colors on this one.
100%.
That's beautiful. Love that strain. Love that strain.
And yeah, I water them, all of them, with 100% spring water that I get from the mountains.
Nice. Oh, of course. So healthy water.
Yeah, I love the way the strawberry smells on this one. It's literally just like like you're smelling a strawberry. It's so strong.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful smell.
That's why you put it right in the entrance of the tent. Every time you open the tent, you can reach in and feel the nugs and smell them. I know exactly what you're doing there.
Yeah. And then this one back here, it's just like Skittles. It's incredible how it's like you open a bag of candy and you get that sour smell. Candy.
Nice.
Super beautiful smell too. So
amazing,
crazy.
man. Looking really, really healthy. And 45 days, that's crazy. And how old are the other ones on the corner? They're a bit younger ones.
Yeah, these guys are over here. They are about 35 days.
Okay.
34, 32, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's wild how fast they grow.
Yeah. This one got a really funny top here. I did not. Oh yeah, so I top all of it. These are all tops.
Oh
Oh,
wow!
nice.
All of
What
these are
time?
topped.
What week?
Yeah, all of these are topped, and these are not topped. So like
Okay.
that one back there is not topped. This was not topped.
And the topping at what time? What date or what week did you top them? Oh,
I topped these plants at about exactly 14 days.
now makes sense. See, that's
Yeah.
for me. That's probably a real good sweet spot there.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I'm not doing too much to them. Not a lot of training going on. They actually train on their own. I really like the way they like have all this space in between here. Super open on their own. Very less training to this one. It's pretty much they did on their own. Haven't even lollipopped them or anything. Just letting them do their own thing, you know.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
I am with you. Even I mean, you said you even topped this one, but I let most of those plants grow. And just behind me, those autos, the ones which turned into monster, I had to tie them, low stress train them just to make the space for them to properly grow. I
Yeah.
put in the chat how you can contact me. Nice, absolutely cool, man. I love it.
Thanks, man.
And so you're in Seattle?
Yeah. Over here in Seattle, Washington.
Nice. How is it legally in Washington State? What can I grow in Washington State as a?
Um, Legally, you can grow up to 6 plants in home.
Okay,
Yeah, like
nice.
no problem, nothing needed. Per person, per adult in the
Oh,
household.
cool. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so if you have multiple adults in the household, then you can up that number, you know, legally.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it similar legally there in California as well, Jobs?
I believe so. I think it is around 6 plants legally, for just regular recreational use. If you're medical, there's licensing you can get. Hence, I grow medically, so I mean, just a different amount of numbers, depending on how many licensing you have.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, that banana purple punch is always stunning. Always such a beautiful plant, and that is the one you tested over 30%. Remember in Vegas?
100%. It's one of my favorites. I've grown that strain, probably one of the most I've grown. It seems like about every 4 or 5 grows, it's in the lineup. It's just from the colors to the terp profile to potency. I mean, it checks all the boxes for me.
So how long does it usually take to harvest this one, the banana purple? This is my first time growing this one.
60 days max.
Yeah, I just ran it, and I want to say, yeah, it went basically 9 weeks, and it was chopped.
Not bad.
Uh,
Yeah, it smells really great. I love how it smells too. It has fruity, gassy, like banana,
Yeah,
but with a lot of gas in it.
yeah.
That's
It's
sweet.
it. Like I said, there's a couple different phenos. There's a super super dark purple one, and I tell you, when that thing gets frosty later, a little later in flower, it looks like you're gonna get it. I mean, it's just beautiful to watch it. You know what I mean? Just as it starts stacking and swelling.
It's
100%.
pretty frosty already. I can't get it on here. Yeah, man, but I love those purple colors, man. Beautiful genetics.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Stunning,
Yeah,
man. Thanks so much for showing us that amazing tent. You have to just send us an update and tell us how they smoke eventually.
of course, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get some more people in here. Good buddy, I hope you're coming back. I hope you're coming back, good buddy. I didn't, but for now, Fat Nasty Z and Tommy Zauser, and we say Seattle will see you in the chat.
Yo,
Hey,
what's up?
awesome. Great to meet you. I'm Tommy C. I'm out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
What's up,
What
guys?
up?
I'm Fat
Yeah.
Nasty.
What's up?
Can you
Yeah,
flip your
I don't
phones
know.
around? I think both of you. Can you flip your phones around?
Yeah.
I can,
And before we,
I guess.
oh, Fat Nasties is gone. I know. There you are, man.
What's up?
How you doing? Thanks for showing us that. Where is the other one? Everybody's gone. No, here is at the stage. Tommy is back as well. Maybe you guys. It sometimes doesn't work, but sometimes if you just turn around the phone, but I mean, you just got kicked out, so whatever. Let's start with Tommy. Let's check out your grow first, man.
Well, I call this the island of misfit toys. This was my outdoor. All right, you already know we all got one, right? Everybody's showing such great grows, so I'm gonna show my mess ups too. This
Me
was all
too.
outdoor, and we had a hard freeze, so I had to run them all inside, and rig up
Oh,
my shower here.
100%.
So you know how it goes, y'all. So I got a few different setups around the property. I live out here in the country on a few acres, but yeah, these are some vanilla frostings that are coming along. They're photos, so they've been cooking for a while, and then the rest of this tent is all auto flowers. And I just finished up a run of all Fast Buds genetics, so most of my stuff is just kind of vegging right now, but I. I'm a couple weeks into growing some. Oh, God, what am I growing? Let's see. These are vanilla frostings. These are 12S Ravens from Mephistos. I got some gobble gums from Stauben Genetics, and then I'm growing lemon cherry cookies from Fast Buds right now. I always have something from Fast Buds growing at all times. Definitely been the easiest and the highest performing genetics for me to work with. I grew Gorilla cookies, purple lemonade, and Zittles from Fast Buds just this year already. So love you guys.
amazing, man. Thank you so much for showing us that garden. Absolutely cool, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's
Absolutely.
stay on for a second and let's take a look at Fat Nasty Z, or how do I Fast Nasty? You tell me how I say that better. How do I say it correctly? Sorry, man.
Fat Nasties.
Yeah, Fat Nasty's
Yeah,
cool.
you were right on
Oh.
spot.
I'm sorry, I can't do this. Somebody also asked me, I'm just answering a question, to put something in or so from our Discord. I would love to, and eventually I'll figure that out. But today I'm here alone. I don't have anybody in my back end, so that means that I can't just now go and try to look for somebody's Discord here. That would overwhelm me, especially since I'm high. Actually, not high enough, so let me just take another rip.
The guy am either.
Fat Nasty, sorry.
No, rip away, bro. I think I need a couple myself.
What?
Colas on colas.
Amazing. What is it again?
Oh, this one is blueberry.
Nice.
She's
Beautiful.
done waiting for her to just dry up and cut her. And then this is guava. Waiting for her to dry up. And
Yeah.
then I got the Frostbanger, Purple Haze,
Nice.
and Zia.
Nice.
Ready to go. And then downstairs we got sherbet and lemon cherry going again. Woo!
Nice.
Good. That sounds good.
Nice.
Good lineup, man. Good lineup.
Ooh.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yes. Follow him on Instagram and follow me on X. I don't have any more Instagram.
Yeah,
That's what
got
keeps
hit like
happening to
you
me. I
did.
keep getting
So
banned
months
and
I will be
restricted.
done whining around, but for now I will be still whining.
Yeah, no, dude, I got hit too, just like you.
Seems like everyone's getting hit, you know?
Yeah,
What a
Yeah.
shame.
nasty bug.
Uh-huh. I'm on my third Instagram and I'm just over it. So I mostly just do X now and let it be.
That's why, for me, it was a kick in the where, because everything I post is 100% legal in the state I'm in, And it's like, I'm not
Right.
posting anything more than where basically a cup of coffee would be in my state. It's 100% legal. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean,
Yep.
And then it was just like, boom, they got me. You know, they didn't even flag a post, nothing. It was just instant, you know what, you're shut down. I'm like, well, that's just weird, you know? I'd like to know what I'm getting accused of at least. I know I'm going against community guidelines, but if you look at those, we're not going against community guidelines showing a plant, especially in legal
Right.
states when it's for educational purposes, you know? And it's like, come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you
So,
have
Absolutely.
anything, and that's what it's all about. It's educational, and that's
Right.
plain and simple, that easy. You know what I mean? That's the one better we are now than we were last year. Last year, it wasn't in the Instagram guidelines yet. They would just say cannabis is just not policy. You can't do cannabis. Now, for educational purposes, you can. And it just feels so bad because my personal Instagram account, I never tried selling, promoting like to a point that I'm saying go to a website or something. I don't do that. Really, I'm just me and do my shit. Of course, I talk about fast buds because that's like basically all my life, But
no,
Yeah.
I felt the same way. You know, like I said, it was just me showcasing my plants and my grows, you know, basically my medical journey that I do, you know, and if anybody wanted a little help, and that's the amazing thing about what we have today, you know, we got 4 of us right here showing your gardens in 4 different places of the world, you know, it's absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal. But it's like
These
the
are my fast buds
legalization, you know, it's
grows.
like the old Band-Aid, you know, just rip it off and legalize it. Quit just pulling a little bit at a time and quit, you know, like you said,
Yeah.
you know, just this year it became where you're able to showcase it as educational. It's all educational, so let's just
Uh-huh.
show it.
It
Oh
is.
yeah.
And there's so much love, and everybody's passing so much love around, and then they just want to throw hate on us, and it's disgusting.
Listen, y'all. I'm a medical refugee. I have a child with autism and seizures. I had to
That's
flee to
why I
another
started growing,
state.
brother. Same here for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, and that was you already, so you know the you know how it is, and traditional medicine didn't have answers for us, and now everything's great. But yeah, just because of
Oh
the
no,
dumb law.
100%, bro. 100%. I signed my son out of school for 5 years, you know, because you can't administer meds on school grounds. And I mean, I get it, you know, and I'm not against doing what we have to do because we're paving the way for future parents to break that stigma, you know.
Yep.
But again, like you said, my son's autistic and epileptic, and I'm not a don't do pharmaceutical, you know, you do you. And
Right.
I'm not saying if
Yeah.
it just didn't work for me in our case. So
Right.
I've been an advocate of, you know, cannabis my whole life, really. Never thought I'd be a grower of it until, you know, it came up to the point where it was like, let's go down this path. And one of the scariest decisions you'll make in your life, but just like any parent, you want what's best for your kid, you know, and
That's it.
forward 8 years
That's it,
and he's
bro.
been seizure free. So to me, it's a godsend, you know, so
It
why
for
sit
me
there and
too,
why try
man.
to ban something or make it out to be
Right.
something it's not?
Absolutely. It's unbelievable. And I drove less than 100 miles. I went from Texas to Oklahoma. And I'm like, are you serious? I have to leave the place I was born and raised to give my son a plant that I grow in my rabbit manure in the backyard so that
100%.
he can stop his dang seizures. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, I tried the pharmaceutical route. I went
Me
your guys'
too.
route. And again, you know, it was getting to be where it was a toxic level for his liver and kidneys. And it's like, how do you tell your kid when he's 20, sorry, you got cirrhosis of your liver or your kidneys because you've been taking pharmaceuticals and what the doctor's saying, hey, it's going to make you better. So
Yeah.
to me, again, it's different strokes for different folks. And I'm not going to tell anybody to go down the path, but just don't be afraid to go down it if that's the path you want to take.
Yeah. And we had no options. He was having neuromuscular weakness and seizures every 30 seconds from the time he was, about 1.5. So they couldn't diagnose what caused the seizures, so they wouldn't treat it. And after every neurologist in the world just kind of left us out to dry, we took it. We saw a documentary on Charlotte's Web. I wasn't a smoker. I wasn't a grower. I'm a homesteader. I raise livestock, and I got a bunch of baby chicks right next to me. I'm a hillbilly. And I said, well, shoot, let's go do this thing. I know how to grow. So anything. So here
100%,
we are.
100%. I've seen that Charlotte's Web and the now Charlotte's Angel, you know, and it's a great CBD strain. For me, it didn't work. We're all THC here in this house, you know, just because of the autism, the CBD brought out behavioral issues.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that's why I've stuck with Fast Buds, started with them. I'll stick
Yeah.
with them because, again, every strain I've used has controlled his seizures. And, you bring up the neurologist, and that was when everybody says, hey, you know what, you're a good grower, you've given them weed, you know, your friends and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I take and say it's good, anything that's free, you know, but when his neurologist tried to induce a seizure in her office and couldn't do it. And again, back to the laws, she goes, federally, I can't say you're doing a good job, but as a parent, I can say keep doing what you're doing because I cannot get him to, he was pushing past that threshold. So for me, that's when it really sunk in.
Oh yeah,
that I knew I made the right choice, by far best choice I've made.
absolutely. And we use Fast Buds for everything in this house. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I do it.
Yep,
We infuse it for him into a tincture, and it's no problem. Never, no
100%.
seizures. It
That's
eases
awesome.
his stems, and
Yep,
it gives us as parents who do deal with a lot, taking care of them. Just to give them some relief, man, is just everything. And yeah, I'll take any risk I have to you do what you have to for your child. But yeah, it was
100%.
I used to be a first responder. I was not a cannabis person at all.
I get you. My whole family's first responder background type stuff, so I understand completely. You get out there and get the stink eye because you smell like weed getting out of your car, to family events, and you're like, really? And then, you start growing medically, and then it's a whole different ball game. And that's why I'd never want anybody to go through, the looks that people will give you, like you're giving your kid cannabis or you're doing, and so you know what? Until you can walk a mile in my shoes, don't talk. But at the end of the day, I can say it's a life-saving plant for me in my situation. Same for you, it sounds like, and that's amazing,
Yeah.
brother.
That's
100%
it,
much
man.
respect.
Yeah, much love, brother. That's it. That's
It's
that's
awesome
all
that
it's
we can fucking
about.
grow and you all can help your kids with it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've smoked my whole life, but like I said, until I never grew anything or nothing, you know what I mean? Besides pruning rose bushes with my grandma when I was a kid in trouble, probably, but I can say, if I can go from being, no growing experience to a passion that I've developed, honestly, now, it started medically for me, but now it's actually grown into a passion that I never knew existed. I enjoy coming into my gardens and seeing the different variations of strains. And, it's just, I don't know, it's very
Oh
humbling
yeah.
and relaxing, and
Uh-huh.
we were talking about it earlier, latent flower, for me, one of my favorite things is, couple weeks before harvest, you open your tin up before the lights come on, and it just, silver colas all over the place, and you're
Oh,
like, I'm telling you, a beautiful sight.
it's the bling, man. The
Uh,
first time I made it through my first run, and I don't look the genetics speak for themselves because they survived me. Okay.
oh, 100%, 100%, bro.
But
You,
and I learned so much. I look back, I feel terrible.
I have not said anything, but I need to move this further a little bit because this was just like next level. The whole medical story. Thanks so much, guys, for sharing that.
Adios.
But I
Thank
have
you, sir.
some more people I want to show in the background. I'm gonna take a few people, fat nasties. Thanks so much for joining, and Tommy also thanks so much for joining. And I want to be here with some very very special people. Hi again.
Hi
Hey,
again.
what's up?
What's up, y'all?
Sebastian, Chums, good buddy, what's up? We checking out the
What's up?
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Now I'm high. Whew.
Yeah,
You
me
guys
too.
were on the roll there. No,
Oh,
I
I
had
don't
like
know.
two of your dabs, chums. I'm like, whew.
How's it going, guys? Having a good Friday? Start to it?
100%.
100%. And I've seen this incredible gorilla cookies of your guys. Like, what the heck is going on with you and Autopods and Fastbuds?
I don't know. It's just going crazy. We got the Gorilla Cookies auto going. We did the fast flower last run, and right now this auto is freaking huger than our regular one. So we're kind of curious to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I decided to grow it when Mary decided to do the grow along with everybody. And we got the seeds when we were all in Vegas. So I was like, well, heck yeah, let's try it. I decided to put it in a 5-gallon pot. Well, we didn't have any room in our, because we were using a 4-system auto pot.
Okay.
And so Neil had a really nifty idea of being able, because we had one empty, but we had this 5-gallon fabric pot. So Neil thought, well, why don't we just wick it up through the autopot system, and then we can at least get through, because we were leaving to go to Spanibus for that week. And I was like, well, we need to do something with it. So we decided, Neil put his brain brain to action, and he made the wicking system for the Autopot. And I think that, I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but man, she is a monster. She's taking up the entire 4x4 right now.
You guys want to check her out? We can take a look.
Seriously?
Definitely.
Let's
Oh,
go.
Yeah?
Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Oh, I feel very, 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 very honored. Oh,
Let's go.
Okay,
It's the
so
only plant we have going right now. Everything else is chopped or already harvesting all the photos. But she's got a tent to herself right now, just the 4x4.
Jesus.
Right? Just
that's
that.
gotta
Just
be
Holy.
even
She's-
through the bull trimmer. Like,
yeah.
let her go a bit longer because she'll take so much longer, but like, she's gonna be like a pound straight
Yeah.
up.
That's wild.
monster.
I think it is going to be a pound. Honestly, it's definitely our biggest looking auto. She's at about day 63 right now.
This
from
is
Sprout.
bigger than the fast flower that we had.
Yeah, I think we do think she's bigger than our fast flower version turned out, and she's already like frosting up pretty heavily, like early on there. Got some nice trichomes.
Been stacked on stacked.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like boom, taking up the whole pretty much wall to wall in here.
Well,
I
it makes that 4x4 look small. That's
I
the
know.
crazy part. I mean, it's touching wall to wall.
We just cut down yesterday the Seedsman Blue Dream, and we were like, oh, that one's pretty big, and it was like just in the corner, like totally overshadowed by the size of this one.
That's a
But it's-
beast.
Yeah, it's been going good. So we just got that pot on there, and then this is that little adapter thing Heaven was talking about. It just basically fits in the pot of the auto pots, because normally it's like square, so only a square pot will fit in there. But it ended up working out bomb, and it's just been trucking along like it's thick down there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I got one in a wicker system right now, and it's the same thing. I thought it was a fluke. It's a can pot system where it's got a reservoir in the bottom, and for some reason, it's the biggest by far, like you're saying, probably one of the biggest autos I've ever grown. And it's just it drinks a gallon a day. It's crazy how much it's just nuts. So when I seen that yours is by far bigger than the one I got going, so I could imagine what that's drinking a day.
Yeah, it's got to be chugging it. Like right now, we were feeding the Athena, and we actually ran out of that. So for quite a while now, we've been trying the Kronk has like a 2-part auto specific feed.
Well, I did start everything. It is all the soil in there is an organic soil mix.
Yeah,
So
I haven't started it with just a regular like organic soil mix like she normally would.
Nice.
But then we just been
Absolutely
running
beautiful.
it on that, and man, she's just,
Synganic,
Yeah.
and that brings like the this magic, and then it's the Autopot system. You can do that in organic too, but you would need even a bigger pot.
yeah,
Because with an auto, it's like a fine line with especially if you're running real organic, like solid nutrients, like you mix your soil or your organic, like living soil, super soil, whatever you want to call it. You'll need more volume to get that size, but it's possible. But you have to be careful also that it's not too hot, and that's like you did the best. Once the plant wanted the nutrients, you hit her with that Athena. So now the Kronk
Yeah.
comes up.
I think maybe a little hot. Like some tips have a little bit, but I mean overall she's
Super
I mean,
healthy.
she's chunky.
yeah,
and she's
she's looking
frosty.
super healthy, just getting super chunky. So I have a feeling this one might end up being like just ridiculous. At the
Yeah, that
end here.
Athena is no joke. I run the same thing, the blended line, and the plants, especially the fast bud strains, just respond really well, well.
It seems like they're just loving it right now. We did run out of that probably about 3 or 4 feedings ago, so we switched to the Kronk right now. But
Just
I
look
mean,
at all the big tops on it.
still working
though.
well. I was kind of wondering how the wicking with the string would work and like nutrient absorption and the stuff like that. But
I can't wait. When it finally finishes, I'm curious to see what that root ball is going to look like once you cut the fabric pot off.
Gosh.
It's going to be stuck to that wicker system like no other.
Yeah, probably. So we're pretty blown away with this one and just how it's gone so far. But overall, man, we're
Awesome,
One
bro.
technical question I would have is like, how did you make that plate where you put the pot on and the wickers in? Because you're just running the same Autopot system that I'm running in my flower tent. But yeah.
Yeah. Where is the? I had some extras somewhere. Do you know where those went, babe?
I sure do.
I wish I'd have seen the look on your guys' faces coming back from Spanibus and opening that tent and seeing that
Oh my
monster.
gosh.
Like,
Oh my
what
gosh.
happened?
Yeah. If you
Holy
check our
cow!
You should have been a fly on the
if you
wall. Oh
check
my
our, we did a video
God.
before we left on like different systems that we've tried and everything. And you can see us put it in there before we left. But basically, so I designed this in CAD and I got a 3D printer recently. But I put the file to download inside that video, so it's free. If you guys have a 3D printer, you could make one. But it basically, I just designed it to fit right in. It's got like added legs to support the weight. You can put as many strings as you want through, but it just rests right in there. And you can still take the little cover off and then just cross your strings around. And it just lets you adapt the system because especially growing autos in these, like you're going to get one that's going to finish out faster than others. And then it's like you just got a dead spot sitting there where if you throw this on, then you can take any pot and just start letting it, take advantages of the auto watering, and it just keeps filling itself
I love
up.
those, man. I love those because I like the flexibilities. I like the regular autopod system, and I'm running it right now. And I haven't even started turning on the air domes, but yeah, I love that one. It's amazing. And then you guys have that tray to grow as well, because I love that tray to grow.
Yeah, tray to grow is awesome. We actually got another one to put in because Heaven's obsessed. Like in the last run, we managed to do 3 different phenos of the umamis we were testing, and just in 3-gallon pots, and we could easily just throw 3 of them on there, and they just all did amazing. They just keep watering themselves.
I love that. Exactly. 3 plants in like 3 gallons or something like that. That's absolutely perfect.
Right. Yeah, so it worked out good, but we're pumped about that upcoming Fast Buds. I think we picked up some of the photos. Like you guys, there's photos now too, isn't there, of the Fast Buds? So we want to try those as well.
Which ones do you guys want to try? Because I love those photo periods. There's some fire. I'm regrowing right now from a clone, the same exact genetic. I have a clone, a mommy also here, still in here, of the papaya sherbet and the rainbow melon, and I think I will keep the papaya sherbet, but maybe the rainbow melon I'm gonna flower out because it's a really amazing one. But I've seen better phenos than mine, so sometimes you just gotta move on to make space, But and I think I will in the corner here. I have a bunch of mommies. Some of them doing really badly. Look at how badly. This is the worst plant in my whole grow, but it's also only in a quart,
Oh yeah, it's a little guy.
Yeah, but it's just, she's pulling through, and I'm probably gonna make clones of her once she's doing better, or I flower her out in the summer. Now I'm actually redoing this thing, or not in a sense of like the setup. I'm having shitload of AC Infinity equipment down there.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna put that all in the controller AI. Then the whole air conditioning system in here differently, so I'm prepped for the summer because it's getting hot in here.
Oh, heck yeah. Dude, that's sick. Have you guys tried many of the photo versions of theirs, or do you guys got any recommendations?
Yeah, the papaya sherbet I really love. Unfortunately, it's right now out of stock, but I think I know it's coming because I've seen it. I've seen it in the breeding facilities, and I know they must be harvested around this time, maybe another month, max less, 2 weeks.
Right. Oh, it's coming.
But then it's like 2 or 3 months before. We don't hit them, like we let them cure, the seeds cure, let them really dry out, then store them at the right temperature level. So that's where they can give that warranty,
Heck yeah.
But the papaya sherbet, and then Slurpy Turpy was earlier saying the gorilla melon he really loved.
Rainbow melon too was really good. I agree. Rainbow melon. That was a great
Rainbow
one.
melon. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, Derek. I've been having you in, and I haven't even said hi.
Oh no, no
Good
worries.
buddy,
I thought honestly, I thought I was just watching YouTube for a little bit because I was so zoned out. But yeah.
Nice, man. Good seeing you, man. But tell us about that rainbow melon, because they were asking for different strains, photoperiodic strains.
Yeah, Rainbow melon was a really great one. It was a huge plant for me. I grew that one about 2 seasons ago, and I definitely want to. I wish I kept clones, but yeah, my dog eats a lot of my clones and plants here, so I've been having that struggle. But yeah, but you guys are going to be at the American Autoflower Cup, right, this year?
No, we were gonna be, and then they moved the date on us. So
Yeah.
now we're not gonna go because I got a
No.
surgery planned next month. So it's gonna be like right before, and I won't be able to gimp around there. So it's like, oh man, they
Yeah.
moved it. But so unfortunately, no. But you guys are, I'm sure you guys are probably entering some stuff there, hoping to
Yeah.
take some trophies.
Hopefully that'd be really cool.
What do you
Trust
Hopefully.
What do you have on the line, good buddies? Because I know you got that rosin curing there too, no?
Yeah. So actually, yeah, I actually washed Rainbow Sherbet. I had a bunch of phenos of or not Rainbow Sherbet, Orange Sherbet. Sorry, I'm just I was sampling these a little earlier.
Good
So
choice.
I got some rosin and then some hash.
Oh,
Just let me open
nice.
it. For some reason though, the rosin kind of like
Woo.
oxidized a little bit on me, so it's not as pretty as it was when I first pressed it, but it still smells really good.
That's
Oh
nice.
man, that looks
Yeah.
great.
It's called true to its name with a little gas at the end, or not a little, but a lot. And then this is the hash version. This is the pheno number 7,
Oof.
and
That
I
also
bubble
looks
washed
fire,
this.
man.
Yeah, what's your go-to hash style? Like, how do you make your
Oh,
hash?
I like doing bubble hash. I'm pretty new to it still. I've been learning a lot from the community, like 420 things and all that. And my boy Basement Grow, Joe.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, see, those are our
Yeah.
go-to peeps too. We're getting
Yeah.
into it too, so I was just wondering if you have anything that.
Yeah,
Mike,
there
there
he
he
is.
Hey, what's up, man?
Since we said
Let's
your
go.
name, man.
That looks fire, dude. Nice, good,
Thank
man.
you, thank you. Yeah,
Man.
hopefully if you get the American Autoflower Cup, I'll have some. So I'm
Those
also
jars
doing a
look familiar.
collab.
Man, you guys
That's gonna
got us
be-
geeked on that.
yeah,
We're like
that's gonna
getting
be
all
us
ready.
soon.
We got the freezer packed full of a whole bunch of different stuff ready to go. Like we're waiting on a few last things before we start actually trying to do our washes. But man, you guys got us excited for that.
Good
Yeah, it's a
buddy, I
great
want to
time.
hear about that collab really quick because you were saying you're also having a collab going on, no?
Oh yeah, so I'm entering flour. This is tester 2503. That's probably not gonna come nice on this camera, but we'll see. So I'm entering it as flour, and then I also sent it to a good buddy of mine named Haggard Extracts. And he's gonna make resin out of it. And I already got some videos and pictures and getting 2 samples sent to me now that just shipped out this week. And he said it's like some of the best resin that he's not ever produced, but definitely up there. And he thinks it'll be a winner. So yeah, I'm stoked. He's a really big like extractor in California.
Oh
Oh,
hell
that's
yeah!
sick,
Yeah.
dude.
He was a sponsor last year, and I think he's another sponsor this year. We met him.
Heck
He was at
yeah,
the
Yeah.
American Autoflower Cup last year, yeah.
that's dope,
So
man.
we'll be
Oh,
working
heck
with
yeah.
him. So
I'm
I'm
excited. I hope you
excited.
guys take home some cups.
Yeah,
Oh, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I'm sad we
And
had to miss it this year.
I
you
know.
you are
We
gonna
miss you
enter. What
guys.
are you gonna enter, Chubbs?
I got I got some guava rosin that I've had cold curing. Let's see. I'm gonna have probably some papaya sherbet or some papaya cookies flour, some banana purple punch flour, and I'm gonna do some dry sift. And I like to do the dry sift method instead of the bubble wash, but I do have some bubble wash, probably pound cake that I'll enter. But I recently got into the static sifting. Found that really interesting. So trying to perfect that and see, to improve it and see what we can do. Hopefully, like they were saying, bring home a trophy.
Oh, nice. That's interesting too. The dry sift.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen the recent video of Jolly Roger? He has talked about the dry sift and about like those kind of. And I think didn't you guys judge the organic cup? There was some crazy fire dry sift in the hash category. I've seen some entries.
Yeah, we did judge that organic cup at Spanibus, and man, it was awesome. They had the traditional rosin, they had full melt, and then like live rosin entry categories on top of flour as well. So man, there was some crazy stuff in there that we were ripping.
The flour and the live rosin was like so like between the other categories, it was like you knew where the winner was like off the bat, but they had some really good live rosin and some really good flour entries in there. I was like, it was hard for us to choose. We had to get a whole like a spreadsheet just to put everything down and how we ranked everything just to give everybody a fair shot.
I know that judging is not that easy. It's fun, but it is hard work, depending
It
on how
definitely
much
is.
time you have and how much samples you have. It's hard work, That's basically a commitment to those samples over a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, it was fun though. We had
Yeah.
a blast. It was awesome seeing you again and running into everybody out there. It was so cool.
100%. Organically blunt. Hope everybody is doing well. Yes, thanks everybody, by the way, for being here and showing us their growth. And Good Buddy, do you have anything standing? I don't think so, no?
No, not right now. I have a few clones that I got from a buddy, but yeah, they're not fast buds.
I have a few clones. They are also not fast buds, but their babies will be,
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I mean, what about you, Mikey? Do you want to still show us the setup or no?
Sure. If you guys want to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Like you have, not that everybody has an amazing setup, but yours I'm honestly just fascinated by because of I just find it fascinating to do that, like to really have that canopy in solo cups, because for me that
Yeah, man, it's been fun trying to get to figure it out. These are the reservoirs I was talking about earlier. But yeah, man, it's so cool to get so many different cultivars into one space, man, and to be able to hunt through this many in such a small space. I think this is a cool. I'm loving it so much, man. And listen, the fast buds, I'm telling you, are the nicest plants in here. So congratulations on that. Like I know that's newer for you guys. I'm gonna be running these photos for sure, man. They're looking nice.
Oh heck yeah! What do you got? What do you got growing there, photo wise, from them, Mike?
I have 8, so I think I'm
nice.
only missing 1 or 2. So I am definitely going to be testing them with pressing them fresh flower, and then deciding which one to run like the full tent. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's sick that you got like the jump start on it. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on your Instagram and your YouTube and see how they're progressing and maybe get your recommendations on which one looks the most fire, and maybe that's the ones we'll try and pop.
And I will know which one it presses better. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to find, right? So yeah, and I know you guys are getting into that. When I seen your tent of the drying stuff, I go, I hope there's more in the freezer.
Yeah, we pretty much took all the best buds for smoking and pictures, and then everything else went to wash pretty much. So
I took all like the best favorite nugs, and then we took everything else and then we tossed it in the freezer. So we're really, really excited to get into that. So expect us in your DMs.
I'm loving it.
And I'll be there. And you know what? I found the Floraflex nutrients, man. I know you guys do a lot of different stuff, but that's what I'm running. I'm running the Floraflex in here with the drip lines and their system even. And man, they're pretty terpy, man. Well, you guys have tried some of that stuff. That's Floraflex, right? So.
Oh yeah, one of our first biggest autoflowers we did on Floraflex.
Yeah, we've had great results with Flex over the years. We just figured we should branch out and keep trying different stuff instead of just trying one thing forever. We always like to experiment, but yeah, we're excited to Flex, definitely flexing on them.
So yeah,
cheers.
Cheers, guys. We're gonna jump out of here, let you guys go, but have a great weekend, everybody, and glad catching up. Nice seeing you guys.
Happy freaking Friday, y'all.
Gorilla cookies, like seriously, really, really stoked about it. I know you won't have a dry weight because probably you're gonna harvest half of it for fresh frozen, but it would be interesting to at least. And I'm really not a weight person, but I would really like to know the wet weight on that, like before because it's probably one of the biggest I've seen. So I would really like to know. And I've heard of people having like a pound and a quarter, something like that. So I want to hear your story then.
Yeah, we'll try and get some weight on it for sure, and definitely a bunch of bud shots for sure. You guys will get to see how it turns out.
And don't forget, we do have a live stream this coming Sunday. So if you guys aren't busy.
Oh, yeah. We'll be hanging out.
Yeah,
Check it
and
out.
then there is also a AC Infinity After Dark this coming Wednesday. If you guys want to join us, we have a very, very special guest, Mendo Doughboys, and they're going to be dropping some of their stuff from their new album. So.
Live. It's going to be fun.
Nice. That's really, really awesome. That's a really special moment. Maybe to say goodbye, because I do have it here. It's the movie of not movie, like a short version, our version of what happened during Spanibus. Let's see that. Say goodbye. Thanks for joining us, Hi Again, and like check that out. I think you're gonna be in there for a second. So check out Hi Again, and Norma G, will you please put the live stream of Hi Again in the chat so I can post it here?
It's like, it's where you go. It's the origin of the plant that makes the quality.
Barcelona! Rocking with the Migos helpers! Terrorist culture music! Let's light it up! You know we're smoking on that. You know we burning up that. You know we dabbing on that. Nothing but the fire we blaze. You know we smoking on
Smell it?
that.
Autoflower. I picked autoflower over photo. Look at that.
You know.
Yeah, where is the rest of the people?
That looked like a good time.
Oh, that was amazing. That the boys went on stage and I went like, we talked about it. There was like a meetup at like 4 o'clock at the Humboldt booth, and we all went there and everybody met up there. That's also where Jorge and everybody came together. Like it's the first day, it's like the first meetup in the afternoon when really even the veterans are coming in for the first time. They won't be there when the door opened, but you know, at a reasonable hour at 4:20. So yeah, and that's then they were like saying, "Oh, it would be so cool if we would make it happen, that we would go on stage." And in the end, it happened, and it was, I mean, you know, Chubbs, it was amazing, no?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's an experience, you know, and again, it's unfortunate it was the last one in Barcelona this year, but absolutely an honor to be a part of it. And it's just, like you said, everybody is there, and it's very cool.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's the link down there. It's the link to the Spanibus video. You find it in the chat. Not the Span. Oh no, that's the Spanibus video. Sorry, I wanted to show the Hi Again video. Is that the Hi Again one? Maybe Norma G can put that in there too. Anyway, sorry for interrupting. It's getting late anyway. I'm pretty high too. Maybe one last step and we call it a night, no?
Why not?
All right, you got me. I'm still working, but I guess I'll go.
Yeah, you pulled my leg. Okay.
I'm still in a 9 to 5, but yeah.
Wow, what a pity.
Yeah.
No.
I was like answering emails and work questions in the middle of the interviews.
In the end,
hey, good buddy.
in the end, I will probably just go out of here and play the little video of what I recorded earlier, but I will have to like end everything on this chat, so you guys stay tuned for sure.
Good buddy, you said you did that rosin you had. You said it darkened up a bit. What did you wash? Like, what was the micron you washed originally?
Oh, 220. Well,
Okay.
well, like, I followed your.
Oh, did
when we
you?
talked about, yeah. So I skipped all
Okay.
the bags and just collected everything at the 73.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it pressed really light. But I don't know. I've also heard that like the citrus and like lemony terps, they kind of like turn brown or oxidize. So I wasn't too bummed. It smells really good and it tastes really good. So yeah, it just doesn't look as pretty, I guess. But you know,
I
it
guess that's in the
happens.
beholder, right? Like, so, you know, all them solo cups I did, that was the color it came out, right? After it cured, like, I haven't opened this jar since I put it in it. I'm going to make this into carts, so I'm going to decarb it. But this is the color it comes out afterwards. And, like, that's just from stirring it.
Yeah. But I bet it smells, tastes, and
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
There's nothing wrong with this jar right here. But some people, like you said, they like the color. But, I mean, like, it was this color day 12, and it was this color day 13.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. And it was like tightly sealed, tightly sealed and in the fridge. So yeah, it happens.
It's the strain, right? I'm
Yeah.
thinking anyways. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
For me, it's also, look, it's so funny. The Z Up, right? The Z Up, which won second best new strain, in the Autoflower World Cup this year. She had the ugliest looking nuggets. They didn't look good. I was just like saying, what a pity. How can I mess the grow life? She didn't take some nutrients right. She was, like you have in a grow of 20 plants, you have a couple of plants which are not as loving you, or you do something more wrong, and she was that plant. So that's why she didn't look on point, but the terps, it's just the terps, and in the end, it's just the terps,
Exactly.
And look, that's the HGTV that I had from before Vegas. So guess
know
what?
that.
That's months. You know what I mean? And it's still lighter than that one. So
Yeah.
months.
Dude, that stuff was so good too.
It's tasty.
Yeah.
I want to apologize really quick to the chat, because eventually I'll sometimes get drifting off, and I will not come live anymore if I don't have somebody in the back end, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to come on. I needed to meet you all. I needed to hang out with you. So I did plan on inviting other people in the chat, but now we've been live for almost an hour and a half. I think I'm not going to take up way too much of everybody's time anymore. I'm also pretty
good.
blasted from that last deb, that's for sure.
Yeah. Thanks again, Sebastian, for having us on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
No, it's just fun to hang out. That's just what it is. And thanks for the whole chat. As I said, I want to make this more happen. Next week, there will be a German one again, because there's a little competition going on in Germany right now. And actually for all of Europe, but you have to come to Mary Jane Berlin to receive the prize, because we want people to come to Mary Jane. We buy the tickets, but you have to come to Mary Jane if you want to participate. But then you can participate, and it's like a grow off, but the categories is bonsai, best grow setup, and it doesn't mean like the fanciest or so, but like just like neat, like German. It's organized by Germans, we like it neat, And what's the other one? Best plant training and best auto. Those are the categories. And on next week, we're gonna try to squeeze a live in German. It will be in German. It will be held with the German community. So thanks for all the Germans hanging out with us in English tonight.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I'll be there next week for the German one. They're interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see what at what stage you will be. You know what I mean? With your tent. Let me try to find this file. I might be like being a little bit funny. Everything might be slowing down a little bit for a second. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one. So guys, if you want to, I pre-recorded this like a half hour before the stream. Let's take a quick look into my garden. Shit, what happened at the stage? We already said. So guys, if you want to, I pre-recorded this like a half hour before the stream. Let's take a quick look into my garden. As I maybe already said during the stream, it's a chaos. I'm gonna reset up all this equipment just waiting to be installed. I need to rechange the whole air system. It's a mess, but I'm still quite happy. So I have two bonsais. This one is a Papaya Cookies Auto bonsai, and this one is a Lemon Paya photoperiodic bonsai. Some breeding projects here, some breeding projects there, some mommies. Look how I mistreated them. They're all in like tiny pots, So then if you go down here, you'll see like tiny pots. The other day here with my cuttings, I was like, no! I got like crazy pests, and then I looked and really looked into it, and yes, there's loads of things on there, but what's actually on there are springtails, so I'm actually not that worried anymore. I have Tropicana cookies here. I stunted her when I transplanted her in here. And 2 amazing testers. Huge plants. Each definitely gonna yield way over 100 grams. Maybe even 150, 200. Compared to this one is coming closer, has a little bit of a deficiency. I want to check. She's on that tray to grow of autopots. And you see here's like some things, and actually I'm happy with them, the way they look, the way they smell. And I'm gonna make a hydrosol / essential oil out of them. Out of this one probably this weekend. And this one I'm probably gonna use mainly for fresh frozen. I know I have a guy who lives not too far from me where I can actually use the dry freezer. And that's the big tent. And I'm debating if this tent, which is I think more or less week 3 of flower right now, rainbow melon, papaya sherbet, and 4 clones I'm breeding with. I've already been breeding with, but I haven't flowered them out. So I'm gonna see if I actually like them, if I do anything with the beans. And as you see, that's way too full with these 6 plants here. And I really have to clean them up. So I'm thinking about debating if I'm gonna move them in here, scrog them out, and move this one, the tray to grow, in that grow, which will be hard to move it because it's 100 liters, because probably gonna weigh like 200 pounds. I wouldn't know how to move it. Move it in the other grow, in that one. A few of them in here, and then I'm building up a new propagation tent where I will keep some of these keepers. The other ones probably more, make a clone section in there, and then a bunch of these are gonna go outdoors, the ones which I won't keep. All right, so far about my update. Yeah, as you see, it's a mess in here. That cabinet's gonna go, but yeah, back to you, the studio. Let me add me to stage. Close this up here.
We need to work on the feng shui real quick, Sebastian. We gotta.
No, as I tell you, it's been like rough. It's been rough. So I have like these goals, and like Spanibus is just this goal. You know, you have to have your flour on point. You want to have a little bit of hash on point. You want to have everything organized. You know, like so. This like it takes a lot of focus, and I've been like traveling a lot. So Mikey, how long did we hang out? Like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, like so. Same with us. All of us hung out that long ago, you know. And in between there was a Spanibus and like, you know, other things, and this grow and traveling to the breeding facility. So I love it, but it's hard to keep maintain this shit if you're trying to maintain it just by yourself. But thanks to Autopod, things are a little bit looking up.
you need to go get that print file that Neil says he's got on his video and print one of those. That thing is huge, dude. I think it's going to be way more than a pound. Like way more than a pound.
Absolutely,
so much time left.
But that's the same thing with the tray to grow. And here you have a 100 liter where you can just grow 2 plants in if you want. The same thing, basically.
Yeah.
It drains so much, and my humidifier sucks out like at least 2 gallons of water in 24 hours. You know, but like that's what I mean. Everything needs to be set up. Everything needs to be changed right now. For the winter, I only blew my exhaust under my roof because it was cold. You know, I might as well keep the warm air and the oxygen, and you know, like instead of blowing it out of my window, you know, and heating even more. So I did that, but now the temperature is changing, and now shit's just messed up, and that's why also that humidifier is pumping like a crazy person, you know. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much, chat, for everything you do. Hit me up. Everything is with biotubs. Everything is under sunlight. Everything is with AC Infinity and autopots. That's really basically all. I have a few other things, but that's my my go-to setup right now. That's makes my life super easy and organic. I can grow in big beds. I can grow in small pots. I can grow in solo cups, just like what you do. And all I do is the only problem is that I do organic. So when I put solo cups on there, they look shitty. They're like, because I don't have nutrients. They don't get nutrients. They only have this little bit organic soil. So I have to top feed them, which is not possible to feed them fast enough, you know.
Yeah.
But it's the
Give 'em a
same thing. I
teaspoon a
can
day.
leave them for weeks at a time. I can leave them for weeks at a time, and still they will survive. They will not look good, but they survive. And they're photo periods. What do I care how they look like, you know? Until I
bring 'em
want to
back.
thaw them out. That's what I want to want them to look fire, you know?
Exactly.
All right, guys.
That's
Thanks so much. I'm really, really high. I'm really high.
Me too. That last
Bye,
one was a
guys.
good
I gotta
one.
get back to work.
Yeah, that last one was his fire for sure. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks. We didn't even do the giveaway. I have to do the giveaway now,
Oh,
and
Oh
that's how
my
proud I am,
god.
man. That's oh no, the giveaway tool.
That just tells you how good Fast Buds is. We almost forgot. Yeah.
You know, we do something different. We do something different because I'm messed up right now, and the tool messed up, and that's not fair for people who did it that long ago. We'll put in the comments, and we'll say it right out right now. Put something in the comments. Leave a comment, something nice. Don't put 420 in the comments. Put something else in. At least it's 420 somewhere in. Or something else, and then we'll pick 3 people. And there will be something nice going out. And by the way, on my X too, you can on my X see, there's a giveaway guy right now. So if you follow me and retweet that stuff, follow me over to X. Only because I don't have another home right now. I'm not for X or anything, but at least there I can officially hold a giveaway and call it a giveaway, and I can give away beans there. And that's why I'm there, you know. So
That giveaway tool was on that other tab. It was broken, was it?
yeah, it was broken.
Ah, that sucks.
Look here.
I was like, I thought you lost it.
Look, it's this. It's an error occurred, and because of that, I wouldn't have the people from earlier in, and they watched earlier. So if they would not be in here right now, I think it's more fair to do it through the comments. And tomorrow on my X, I will communicate that so people will know. I will try to do it the best way. So we'll pick 3 people in the chat from who put a comment in. So leave a comment there.
Tag me so I can re-tag it or re-X it or whatever they call it these days.
Yeah, you need to reach, for that X one, you need to like it and follow me and retweet it, I think, and tag friends. So I need to do the whole thing because I need to get the word out right now because I need to reach people again. You know, I lost my family. They need to find me again. So share. All right. Guys, thanks so much.
All right, brother. You guys have a good one. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care. Bye, guys.
100%. And always remember
420 somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.